Before my retirement on January 1st, 1994, I spent 16 years examining these shocking crimes and many others as a member of the FBI's Behavioral Science Unit. Most people associate the BSU with its best-known responsibility, profiling, a discipline that was dramatized in the book and movie Silence of the Lambs. The fictional heroine, Special Agent Clarice Starling, and her nemesis, Dr. Hannibal Lecter, lent a touch of Hollywood glamour to our often grim and harrowing investigations. But besides working the occasional high-profile serial murder case or testifying at the defendant's trial, our work also had a less-known side. Since the BSU opened for business in 1972, its personnel have studied aberrant crime, taught classes, and consulted, out of the spotlight, in scores of ongoing cases. And all the while we were learning. In my research, I chose to focus on previously unexplored or poorly understood deviant behaviors. These practices, ranging from dangerous autoeroticism to sexual sadism, brought me face to face with dark instincts I had never imagined existed. The most appalling murder I ever encountered was that of a young girl discovered with her intestines wrapped around her neck. The child vanished one evening as she walked a short 50 feet to the next-door neighbor's house. A few hours later, her body was found several blocks away. She also had been raped and beaten to death. To my knowledge, the crime was never solved. In another case, a man hanged himself after leaving 27 suicide notes around his home, garage, and car. Perhaps the most surprising incident of my career was the bleeding death of a woman who nearly amputated her own arm at the shoulder with a butcher knife. My casework taught me several essential lessons. The first is that there are no boundaries to what a particular individual might do to other people or to him or herself. The second lesson is equally wide-ranging. When it comes to sexual behavior, there are no limits to what a person might find erotically stimulating. Among violent sexual offenders, often the only logic to their crimes is internal. The criminal alone knows why he commits his deviant acts. Although we can find patterns and common elements among them, no two offenders ever commit exactly the same sexual crime. In the world of dark minds, the darkness truly is infinite. The sexual component of a crime is not always self-evident either. The behavior may be blatant, or it may be so subtle that it escapes detection, even by experts. Then again, some crimes may only seem to be sexually motivated. I once worked for a public defender whose client was accused of the robbery-murder of an elderly woman. The victim was discovered dead on the floor at the foot of her bed. She had been struck twice in the face with sufficient force, according to the medical examiner, to have stunned her or rendered her unconscious. The cause of death was 2 stab wounds in the chest. Her pants and panties had been pulled down to just above her knees. There was no sign of forced entry or of a struggle. All doors and windows were secured. Her purse, containing credit cards, was missing.